Friday morning. Good morning and welcome to Sports Fiesta, and it's live on 92.7 KFM down here in Benin City. My name is Egusa Egbeka, the Sports Maestro, and I'm also here this morning with CJ, the Maestro. Together I'll be taking you around the world of sports this morning. We've got so much lined up for you this morning, but we have unpleasant news as far as this Falcons match is concerned, because they lost that game to the Reggae Girls of Jamaica. The summer series that started, that game was played last night, and it was Denisha Blackwood who scored early in the second half to give Jamaica that 1-0 win over around the world drum side. But they've got 2 more games to play. They'll be playing against the 4-time world champions and 4-time Olympic gold medalists, United States, and they also have to play 1 more game as well as the friendlies lined up for them concerned. Then the Euros, where the delayed Euro 2020 begins today as Italy takes on Turkey. It's not going to be an easy one. Let's see how Roberto Mancini, who has rebranded the Italian national side, talking about the Azzurris, trying to bring them to make them title contenders. How are they going to start today? I will be looking at some of the matches that we'll be expecting in the Euros 2020, but there will be a game today. Then tomorrow we've got a couple of games. Brazil Supreme Court, they are to decide the fate of Copa America. That's what we are getting, because it has been different stories, and players of Brazil national team, they are not happy with the country's hosting amid the COVID-19 surge that is in Brazil at the moment. In tennis, we can tell you that the rivalry between Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic continues today as they face each other in the French Open semi-final, while Stefano Tsitsipas will take on Alex Zverev. We'll give you NBA results and other stories as far as sports is concerned. Once again, good morning, CJ. Good morning and welcome to the show. Let's begin from the game between Nigeria and Jamaica. One would expect the Super Falcons, based on the experience that they've garnered so far, based on the type of oppositions that they've met as far as female football is concerned. Not the Reggae Girls. It sounds, so funny, and one will look at the pedigree of the Super Falcons. Okay, this is an easy one for them as they were about to face Jamaica. But after the game, we saw something different. What do you think Randy Wardrum will have to fix, and what is your reaction as far as that game is concerned? Because many expected, not just me, but many expected that the Super Falcons will have a free roll, or stroll past the Jamaicans, but did not turn out to be that way.
Well, it's always a very difficult match when you, of course, play against an unknown opponent. It's not like an opponent you already know. For the Super Falcons of Nigeria, I doubt if they we're fully aware of the Jamaican ladies in terms of how they play, and then the rest. They may know 1 or 2 things, but then if you've played a team many times, it gives you that knowledge of what they can do on the day. But then I don't think, since I was born, I don't think I've heard where the Super Falcons, of course, face Jamaica. I've heard where the men's team played against Jamaica, but then you look at Jamaica, they're not a footballing playing nation. They are known for athletics. So when you see them in football, you probably may be tempted to think that they are not good enough. But then what they did yesterday, they of course bombarded us with in a series of shots. From the report you are getting, the Super Falcons gave a very good account of themselves, even though that the goalkeeper of the team, Tuchukwu, made a mistake, which of course led to the goal that they considered, the only goal they considered yesterday night. It was a late night goal. During the course of that very game, Tuchukwu also saved the penalty. It was a case of when you do everything not to concede, just one thing, will just make you to concede, and that was what happened yesterday for the Super Falcons of Nigeria. I usually not happy when you very much give a good account of yourself as a team, and then all of a sudden you have to concede a silly goal. It's usually very painful. I was listening to Tuchukwu after the match. She of course spoke to the media officer of the Super Falcons. She said, well, I don't even know what to say. I mean, we did everything. We tried not to concede, but then when you have a goal like that coming in, it somehow is not usually very helpful. So it's a case of, for the Super Falcons, they will leave to fight another day. They've got a match against Portugal. Hopefully in the next few days that should very much happen, and they will also play against perennial arch rivals, talking about the US women's national team. So let's see how it gets to go for the Super Falcons of Nigeria under Randy Wardrum. Remember, this is their second tournament under Randy Wardrum. The first one, they of course won the Turkish Women's Cup in February 2021. They scored many goals in that very championship. In fact, they scored 11 goals. So this time around, we're looking at them as a team that would continue the learning process under Randy Wardrum. Randy Wardrum comes with a lot of experience as a women's coach. So let's see what would, of course, happen against Portugal for the Super Falcons of Nigeria.
All right, so we've got Salih Ibrahim joining us on the show this morning. I know Ibrahim will not be, right now he's not happy with the result, but all the same, I think the Super Falcons still a work in progress for Randy Wardrum, because we want them to become superpowers. But looking at a team that we expect to rule the world, haven't dominated Africa, Ibrahim, what's your take and what's your way forward as far as the summer series is concerned? Because Portugal are also a very good side.
Well, that not against Jamaica yesterday. It's not often that a team plays, loses, and then you say, well, they did their best, they played well. Jamaica and Nigeria, whether in men's football or women's football, it's not the same. We have a much better pedigree than the Jamaican. So from that perspective, one will be disappointed that they were unable to win yesterday, and in fact even lost that game. However, when you consider the fact that the team is just coming together and all of that, well, I know that we can say the same thing for Jamaica, but we could excuse it. It is it's not a competitive match. It's a friendly, and this is what, well, maybe not exactly a friendly a tournament, but it's not competitive. So this is the kind of things that normally you would want to correct when it comes to international matches that are not competitive. So from that, when you look at it that way, you might say, okay, let's not get too worried. Some players are just coming into the team. We've got so many new players in the team, so he's trying to balance up things. And then there are also some players. Azato Shola has not even been able to make the team. I learned she's having visa issues. I don't understand what is going on. But having said all of this, you expect that Nigeria should be beating a Jamaican team with whatever kind of team that Nigeria presents. We should be able to beat Jamaica. But I don't want to start being very critical of the team just yet. It's just their first game, and we know that there were so many things that happened before they played that match. The players didn't get in on time, and perhaps they even spent too much time doing the photo shoot and everything, because we've all been commending them on how the packaging of the team, and that's something that it really tells the players that they are appreciated, and we've been seeing it, and we've been happy. The PR has been awesome, and so we want to see it translate to quality football on the pitch. And we saw that in flashes yesterday, but the way you judge a match or the performance of a team in a football game is by the results, and the result yesterday wasn't what we expected. So we hope that when they play against Portugal on Sunday, they should do much better.
All right, so we had interviews from the head coach talking about Randy Wardrum, as well as the goalkeeper Tochukwu Oluehi. Let's hear from the goalkeeper who made the 25th minute save before conceding in the second half following Blackwood's goal.
Yeah, Oluehi Tochi, Super Falcons goalkeeper. You came in yesterday, fantastic display by you. What happened? We lost by a lone goal.
Oh, I don't know what to say. I wanted to blame myself, but I don't know. Well, when a goalkeeper did everything she can do possible and be at her best, just a silly goal, we just come and mess everything up. I wasn't happy for the goal, but I tried. I did my best.
Are you satisfied with the overall performance of your defense?
Well, for now, let me say I would give them like 50%. They did well because they are just new in the team. So with time, gradually, they will be there.
How set are you for the next game?
Wow, like today's game now, we've seen we've seen the game. We have to go back home and correct where we made the mistake and pick up to the second game to make sure we win Portugal.
Thank you so much.
That's Tochukwu Oloye speaking to Tobechukwu, who is one of us. She is the media officer of the Super Falcons, and she just had to interview Tochukwu Oloye, and she said sometimes she feel like blaming herself, but all the same she tried her best, but it wasn't good enough. Let's hear from Randy Wardrum, who is the head coach.
Coach Randy, we had a fantastic game as far as I was concerned. A general assessment of the team.
Yeah, my thoughts really was, I was really proud of the second half performance. I felt like we showed a lot of fight and a lot of heart in the second half. So the second half was much better. I was more pleased. The first half was too slow, disorganized. It's not like the way we want to play. And so we've got to learn next time when we come out on the field, we start from the beginning, not from the half. So there's some positives to take away. And again, a lot of new players that we haven't seen. So it was a good opportunity to see some of those players.
What should we be looking forward to? The lapses that we're going to correct for the second game?
I think now we've got a little better understanding and an idea of the players we have in camp after seeing the game performances. So I think you'll see a little bit of a difference in some of the lineup changes because now I think we have a better idea. And I would expect that we come out and play a little bit more our game right from the beginning and try to impose the way we want to play earlier. And I just felt like we didn't do that tonight.
How would you rate Tochi Oloye? She came in yesterday and I believe she played very well. But what will you say about the kind of goal that we conceded?
The goal we conceded today?
Yeah.
I think it was just a little bit of where we had two new backs out of our four, and unfortunately because of the visas, all of our backs aren't here. So I think that just came as a result of the disorganization in the back, not being aware of the second ball after Tochi made the first save, and we just didn't get it cleared. We weren't organized there defensively. But I thought Tochi played fantastic, obviously saving a penalty kick. She made a huge save after the penalty to keep us in the game in the first half, to give us a chance to get a result. So she played really well. I think the back four, it was just young. We're going to have to take some time to get it organized, especially since we don't have EB and O'Holly here, which are usually the anchor of your back line, and we just don't have that right now.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Yeah, that was Randy Wardrum speaking to the media officer of the Super Falcons after the game. And he's hoping that in the next game, they'll try to impose their style of play on their opponents. And let's see if they'll do better against Portugal and the powerhouse, talking about United States, who plays free-flowing football. But all the same, we've seen something good from Randy Wardrum. Having gone to Turkey to win the Turkish Women's Cup. All right, let's go on the first commercial break on the show. And when we return, we'll talk more football. Stay tuned.
Oh yes, Nasco quality cornflakes are so full of nourishing goodness because they are whole-flaked cornflakes. Whole-flaked cornflakes are made by a natural flaking process that retains all the natural goodness of the whole corn for whole nutrition, whole taste, and whole crunchiness for the whole family. So next time you're eating cornflakes, make sure it's whole-flaked Nasco cornflakes. Nasco cornflakes, nourishing goodness anytime.
Do you know that following people without their consent is stalking and it's an offense? Don't be an offender. We give our consent for you to follow us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at KUFM Nigeria, on Instagram at KUFM Nigeria, on Twitter at KUFM Nigeria. Check out the latest pictures and videos and catch breaking news, entertainment gist, trending issues and happenings on social media by following us at KUFM Nigeria across the various platforms. KUFM, turn on excitement.
Uncle Dentist, wetin be cavities and how Colgate take dey protect my teeth from cavities? Shey dey use comfort?
No dear, na hole for teeth dey cause most tooth pain wey be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection take brush every day, the confirmed formula go help keep natural calcium inside our teeth wey go protect them from tooth decay.
Time don reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in.
Cavities out!
Now the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate.
Our oil sachet.
for a healthy family.
Hey, now Jumia 9th anniversary from 11th to 27th of June 2021. Code word, Versary. Oh yes, everything anniversary. Phone Versary. You will get phone for better prices.
Okay now, make a try Conversary.
Oh yes, you will get up to 30% off on top all home appliances. Plus daily flash sales and correct giveaways including free delivery for 1 year. With Jumia 9th anniversary sale, make you celebrate your everyday from the 11th to 27th of June 2021.
Jumia, your everyday delivered.
It's gotta be good, it's gotta be nourishing, truly special, worth sharing. Adding value to my life. My Hollandia yogurt, nourishing goodness for every moment, bringing out the best in me. My Hollandia yogurt, my Hollandia yogurt.
Hollandia yogurt, wholesome nourishment from your favorite brand.
What is this? I thought I asked all of you to drop whatever you have outside there.
I'm sorry, sir. This is Fluco Day. I saw you coughing earlier, so I brought it out for you so you can take it.
Thanks for your kindness, but I'm smarter than that. You think I don't know that every drug that cures cough and catarrh causes drowsiness? So you want me to sleep, Abi?
This is what distinguishes Fluco Day. It does not cause drowsiness.
Nah, draw. I know this drug. It work well. No?
Let me try it. Manufactured by Harvit.
Marketed and distributed by Pharmatex Nigeria Limited. If symptoms persist after 2 days, consult your doctor.
Time up. And you, I said what? Flu.
Fluco Day.
Available in pharmacy shops near you.
The place and it brighten, make everybody they wonder. Waiting because I be shine. Lush hair, long hair or short doesn't matter. Crochet or dreadlocks can be better. Only for girls we know better. Lush hair. So you want to slay with swag? Gotta be lush hair, gotta be lush hair. Straight or curly, you know they tango. Lie, gotta be lush hair. Gotta be lush hair. I wonder how I shine like this. I'm on a lush hair, be the coco. Say you want to know. And if you wanna be fine like me, I can show you where to go. A lush hair, be the coco.
Beautiful people know how to make an impression, and that's why they only trust Lush Hair Extensions to bring out the shine in them. Lush Hair, be beautiful.
Welcome back to Sports Fiesta, and it is live on 92.7 KUFM down here in Benin City. All right, before we went to the break, we told you what happened in the United States as Reggae Girls of Jamaica beats Super Falcons 1-0 in Summer Series friendlies, and we hope that they'll do better in the game against Portugal as well as the United States. Okay, still talking Nigerian football. There was just one game yesterday in the Nigerian Professional Football League. Akwa United defeated Atlanta FC 3 goals to 1 rather. Charles Asimene and Obon Friday as well as Chijoke Akuneto getting the goals for Akwa United. Right now they are top of the table with 49 points, just one behind, one ahead of Kanu Pillars. Okay, moving away from there, let's come down to the city of Benin and take a look at the matches that we played yesterday in the round of 32 results. Benin Pillars as well as Dynamite Force had big wins in their round of 32 matches yesterday. We had a couple of games, but let's look at the results.
Well, for Dynamite Force, they were 8-0 winners over Rising Stars. Really great one for them. But for Bendel Insurance Feeders, they did not even need to play a game. The opponent did not turn up for that encounter. So they are through to the round of 16. As they were supposed to play against St. Thomas, but they didn't turn up. So because of this, they are through to the round of 16. And you know the District Football Association the Secretary General of the body, Elder Emmanuel Ajibola, conducted the draws on Wednesday, and then we had some of these parents, Rockers FC versus Eagle Swing, Idea Sports taking on the Light FC, Ogbomoso FC versus Gubadia, and so on. So they're trying to go by the directive of the NFF that every state should produce their FA, the teams that will represent them in the FA Cup before a certain deadline, so that we'll see how we can cope with the CAF deadline, which is the 30th of this month. So that's what they're doing. It's not just in Edo State, all over the country. ITO Cup matches are being played to see how Nigeria can get through with this and come up with their representatives for the 2021-2022 CAF Confederation Cup and CAF Champions League season.
All right, that's what we are getting. And for some states, it seems all they do is just to come together and reach a decision or who think we.
In a number of states, they chose FC Fanyaba to represent them. You know, some states are playing theirs. You know, but then right now, some states are saying
the deadline I think is too close.
Yeah, it is. But then CAF put you know, the NFF under immense pressure to produce you know, their own you know, CAF Confederation Cup representative. Remember, for the IT Cup, the winner gets to represent Nigeria at the CAF Confed Cup. And for CAF, very much they're saying you've got to produce that very representative on or before the end of this very month. So it's a case of you know, the NFF trying as much as possible, doing everything humanly possible to produce that very winner of the IT Cup, which is of course going to be the 2021 edition of it. So well, NFF will have got to do everything within its power, and they pushed the ball in the courts of the different you know, state FAs, and they on their own part are saying we've got to organize these things, you know, within 10 days, and the states are beginning to, you know, respond. So let's see. In the next few days, we should of course have you know, hopefully the state representatives, so that we can move it over to the federal level, and then we can produce a worthy champion.
All right, let's hope that the given time will be enough. I know for those states, things are just going on well, and before then they are going to get their champions. Defending champions, Ben Insurance, they are not there right now, but hopefully we hope that the feeders will go out there to do good stuff. But now let's move out to Europe, and where do you think is best for us to start? Dan, to talk about the Euro 2020 that was delayed due to coronavirus, and it will start today. Well, Italy will take on Turkey today, and we'll be looking at what to expect from that game, and also Italy and Turkey looking at the two teams and how they've fared so far and what to expect, because Roberto Mancini is trying to put Italy on the map, take them to the glory days after they had a faltering period, you know, under the previous technical crew. But all the same, it's starting today, and it's going to be a big one. 1 month, 11th of June to 11th of July, across 11 countries and separated by 4,766 kilometers. Well, this is the first major tournament for countries like Scotland since 1988, but looking at what to expect today, CJ, Italy on paper, it seems that they are favourites to win, to beat Turkey, but also we've seen some shocks when it comes to major competitions like this. And looking at how Cyril Immobile and a couple of other players in the Azzurri squad fared last season, what are your expectations going into that game later tonight? Well,
the expectations are high, you know, for the Italian national team. They've got very good group of you know, players. Most of them, of course, you know, apply their trade in the Italian Serie A. They are players that we already know, and of course we know what they can do. You mentioned they are very worthy goalkeeper. Talking about Donnarumma, he's one of the best in European football currently. You also talk about Lorenzo Insigne. You very much talk about you know, the man that of course plays for Torino, Andrea Bellotti. You of course, you know, also look at him. I mean, these guys, they are seasoned campaigners, you know, on the European stage, and of course, when you match Italy and of course Turkey, I don't think you can place them on the same line. But then let's see how it gets to happen. The Italian football, they are looking at regaining their lost glory, especially at the Euros, and they would, of course, want to go there to make a massive statement. On the part of Turkey, they also have a couple of good players, here and there. There is Soyuncu, the guy who, of course, is a defender for Leicester City. So you cannot only rule them out of this very one. So let's see how it's open out between these two teams. The Euros, it comes with a lot of competition. It's a continental championship, just like you have the African Cup of Nations in Europe. They call theirs the Euros. Sadly, it was supposed to happen last year, but because of the coronavirus, it was moved to this year. So it's still very much retains the 2020 Euros, which is, of course, which was the original name of that very championship. So let's see, it's the biggest we are going to get, hopefully, in terms of football activities for this very period.
Look, what's this guy's name? The striker, Burak Yilmaz, has done extremely well this season. When he was even playing in Turkey, people thought, he could only score goals in Turkey. But right now, he is in France and he's doing very well, scoring goals. And remember, they've got the guy in Italy, Hakan Kalahanoglu, who is very deadly with the free kicks. Yeah, and I think that Italy will do very well to take Turkey seriously. I mean, you saw what Turkey did, although it was a long time ago, at the 2002 FIFA World Cup when they got to the semi-final. In fact, they won the third place match. They were only beaten by Brazil in that competition. So I think that Italy will do well to take them seriously. What's his name now? Their manager, Roberto Mancini, has done well. Italy, after the World Cup, looked like a team that was going absolutely nowhere. But right now, I think there is pride in the Azuris again. Starting the Euros, they've not been particularly successful at the Euros. They got to the final in 2000, but they lost to France. They thought they had won it because there was just a couple of minutes to go before. Was it Wilton now that got the equalizer before David Trezeguet got the winning goal, which was a golden goal for France? They will see this as an opportunity. Talking about the Italians, they will know that, look, we've got to win something. The last time they won was the 2006 World Cup. So they've got to try and really achieve. They also got to the final in 2012 now with Amaro Balotelli, but they were beaten by Spain, absolutely destroyed by Spain in that final. So they will want to really make a strong statement at this competition. Roberto Mancini is a very pragmatic coach. He has made Italy very difficult to play against. So I'm sure every team in the competition will want to take them seriously. But they have also got to look at the opposition in front of them. Turkey, they are not your average weakling that you think, you just come and beat them. They are also a very strong side. We've mentioned some of their very good players. So if Italy are not careful, they will get punished.
All right, that's the opener we are having today at 8 p.m. and it's going to take place in Rome. And we've got other cities who are going to be hosting this tournament: Glasgow, Amsterdam, Baku, Bucharest, Budapest, Copenhagen, Munich, Rome, and Seville. These are the other host cities for this tournament. And for England's 3 group games, it will be at Wembley, with Scotland playing their other 2 matches at Hampden Park. Wales played theirs in Baku in Azerbaijan, and Rome in Italy. Okay, that is what to expect. And there are other few things you need to know about the tournament. It is the first major men's tournament for Scotland since 1998, while England could have home advantage in nearly every game, and Wales are at their second Euros in a row. They will be the first major men's tournament games held in the UK since Euro 1996. With Wembley hosting group games, a last 16 time, both semi-finals and the final, England would only have to play 1 match abroad if they win their group and go all the way. Wales are among the 24 teams, although they do not host any games. Okay, that's what to expect. So let's see how the opening match will be today, then while the other games will begin tomorrow. Okay, we had some friendlies. United States of America, they took on Costa Rica and they won that game convincingly, 4 goals to 0. Estonia were 2-1 winners over Latvia. South Africa beat Uganda 3 goals to 2. Then in the FIFA World Cup Asian qualifying, Myanmar will take on Kyrgyzstan, Cambodia will face Iran, Nepal versus Australia, Hong Kong will take on Iraq, Indonesia versus United Arab Emirates. Malaysia will face Vietnam. Afghanistan will take on Oman, while Singapore will trade tackles with Saudi Arabia. Elsewhere, Yemen will take on Uzbekistan, while Kuwait face Jordan. We've got international friendlies slated for today. Guinea-Bissau will take on Cape Verde. Japan will face Serbia. Guinea versus Niger Republic. Mauritania will take on Liberia. Gambia will face Kosovo, while Sudan takes on Zambia. Lastly, Algeria will take on Tunisia. Okay, these are the ones we've got for you as far as friendlies are concerned. Now let's move over to the French Open, which is currently going on, and it is the semi-finals. Rivalry renewed between these two guys, and we'll look at their head-to-head, look at their previous performance, look at what to expect in their game today, and see how and also look at how it might end up. We know it's going to be 30-time champions King of Clay taking on Novak Djokovic, who hasn't won enough French Open titles, just one. Will he be able to add this to make it two, or will the reigning champions reign supreme over the same? These are things we are going to be looking at into this game. The other is just between two young stars coming up, but this big two will be facing each other, and now it is now or never for them. So looking at the way they've started and the way they got to this place, Ibrahim, this is not a hot one. This is not going to be a hot seat because the rivalry started very, very long time ago. What are your expectations looking at the way they both came into this tournament and how far they've been able to dismiss their opponents to reach the last four?
Well, Nadal will always be the favorite on any clay tournament, but when you are looking for a player that can beat Nadal, I think he's even got a better head-to-head over Nadal. It's Novak Djokovic. I mean, he has beaten Nadal in finals of Grand Slam, so he knows how to beat him. Although, as we know, clay is Nadal's preferred surface, so it's not going to be easy. Novak Djokovic almost did not even make it through to the quarterfinals when he had to come from 2 sets down to win before he got to the quarterfinal, and now he is in the semi-final. It's not going to be easy for any of them. I expect another Titanic tussle. But I think, was it last year, Nadal beat Novak Djokovic in straight set. It was just an easy win. He just completely blew him out of the water and won that game. But Djokovic too then went on to beat him on the hard court. So it's a fierce rivalry. We're talking about how for many years it was Roger Federer versus Rafael Nadal. In fact, even Novak Djokovic himself said those two, they are just up there. Nobody can touch them. There is no way. Then he was, I think, on 3 Grand Slams while these guys were already in double figures. But now he has seen that he's caught up with them. Maybe because he's younger and all, but we know how good he is. He's the best returner in the game. He's one of the guys with the best defenses in the game of tennis. Rafael Nadal, of course, was like that, and then both of them, I think, improved their serves because they are good returning the ball. I think Novak Djokovic is the best, then followed by Nadal. But when it comes to defending the court, nobody does it better than Rafael Nadal. And because the clay surface is a bit slower, it's not as fast as grass, not as fast as the hard court, it gives Nadal more time to react. So that's why he's so good on clay. Of course, he's good on the other surfaces, but it's that his uncanny ability to chase down every ball is accentuated on clay because it is slower, and so it gives him more reaction time, and that's why you see him performing so. But he himself has confessed that, look, I did not expect that I will win this many French Open titles. I didn't even expect that I will win 10, but to win 12 and then to win the 13th, I mean, it's just absolutely unbelievable. Honestly, I don't see who will stop him, but if anybody can, then I think we've got to look at Novak Djokovic, because he's got that mentality to look with the young guns coming through. When you were talking, it was like whoever wins this will go on to win the final, and it's a bit disrespectful, but it is spot on analysis from what we have seen in the past about these young guys. They seem to just freeze whenever they meet Nadal, Djokovic, or Federer. To our next time, I think they have figured Federer out. I think Federer is fading. But for Nadal and Djokovic, it's not been like that. Whenever these guys face them, especially Nadal on clay, that mentality in their head, it's Nadal and it's on clay, it's all over. But I am hoping that Alexander Zverev and Stefanos Tsitsipas, whoever wins today, should have that what they call in professional sports the silent eye, the ability to just fade away everything and just concentrate on your goal. Federer has it, Nadal has it, Djokovic has it. That's why they have been so good. So we want to see that eye of the tiger with these young players. So whoever wins, I mean, if Alexander Zverev is good enough to beat Stefanos Tsitsipas, or Stefanos Tsitsipas is good enough to beat Alexander Zverev, you should have that mentality. If I can beat Alexander Zverev, if I can beat Stefanos Tsitsipas, if I can get to the final of the French Open, I can beat Rafael Nadal, I can beat Novak Djokovic. It has to, the mentality has got to be there, because once you do not have it, forget it. Skill for skill, maybe these guys are not that much better than you, but the mentality that comes with experience and all of that. But you have also got to, you are not too young. None of these guys are too young. Zverev is in his mid-20s. Tsitsipas, I think he's just 28 or 21 now. At their ages, Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic were already winning Grand Slam titles. So they can't say, oh, we are too young. Well, we'll wait in a couple of years when these guys are gone. These guys did not wait for Pete Sampras. They did not wait for Andre Agassi. They did not wait for Andy Roddick to retire. They forced them to retire because of the way they were beating them. Serena Williams might retire anytime soon, because I mean, she's been trying to get, I believe that once Serena Williams gets that 24th Grand Slam, she's going to announce her retirement the next day. Yeah. But the young ones are preventing her to look at the final of the French Open for this year. It's going to be Pavlyuchenkova versus Krejcikova. These guys are just coming up.
It's someone that told me before the game.
Look at the last 10 Grand Slams and look at those that have won it. Okay, Naomi Osaka as well. But when did we start hearing of Naomi Osaka? She's won 4 Grand Slams, fine. But when did we start hearing about her? Over the last 10 years, you've seen different female tennis players coming up and winning Grand Slam. But how many have done that for the men? In the last, since you have to go back to 2014 to get a first-time winner of a Grand Slam, Marin Cilic, and after him it was Dominic Thiem, who won the last year's US Open. Novak Djokovic won the Australian Open this year. It could be Novak Djokovic or Rafael Nadal winning the French Open this year. And these are guys, you go back to the 2000, 2010. These guys were already winning Grand Slams. At that point, the 2007 Wimbledon final is regarded as the greatest game in tennis. Who contested it? Roger Federer versus Rafael Nadal. 2018 Australian Open final was seen as one of the greatest matches of tennis ever. Who contested it? Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal. 2019, right? We didn't have 2020. There was no Wimbledon. 2019 Wimbledon. Who contested it? It was Novak Djokovic and Roger Federer. So you see, many of these classic matches that we've had over the years has been these guys. Way back from 15 years up till today, we are still having that. So when are we going to have finals, the 4 finals of the year, 4 Grand Slams of the year? We will not have Novak Djokovic, we will not have Rafael Nadal, we will not have Roger Federer. The way we have with the women now, where you have 2 young women who are going to win. One of them will definitely be winning their first Grand Slam. So anyway, we will still enjoy it while it lasts. We will still want to see Roger Federer, Novak Djokovic versus Rafael Nadal. I guarantee you that it will pull more crowd than Alexander Zverev versus Stefanos Tsitsipas. But I will be delighted if one of those young lads can go on to the final and win it.
Hopefully, let's see if that will play out when they take on each other. The 2 semi-final matches are today at 1:50. Alexander Zverev would take to the court against Stefanos Tsitsipas. Then at 4:30, Novak Djokovic will face Rafael Nadal. Oh, this doesn't last the 5 sets, because sometimes you see these guys fighting 3 hours, 4 hours still on the court, because everyone wants to win every point. Okay, from then on, let's move over to United States. And
no, they wouldn't give the result of the women.
Okay. Okay, let's have the results of the women's semi-final. We already know the finalists. Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova taking on Barbara Krejcikova. They are the finalists.
Yeah, Barbara Krejcikova defeated Maria Sakkari, who has also done well in this competition. But Barbara Krejcikova won 7-5, 4-6, 9-7. Then for Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova, she beat Tamara Zidansek 7-5, 6-3. I mean, you just look at all of them. Even the semi-finalists, Tamara Zidansek. I mean, when did we start hearing about her? But she's getting to the semi-final of the French Open. And then Maria Sakkari, well, she's been there, you know, but she's not won a Grand Slam. So we could, from the semi-final, you knew that there was going to be a new champion, somebody winning their first Grand Slam. That I want to see more of that with the men, but unfortunately, it's not happening.
Hopefully, let's see if it starts next year. Next year, they'll start gathering that confidence to face the big boys. Let's move on to the United States, and it's getting interesting as far as the NBA playoff series concerned. Brooklyn Nets took on Milwaukee Bucks yesterday, and it is now tied on 2-2. Milwaukee Bucks won this.
It's not tied.
No,
it's 2-1.
2-1. Still trailing to Brooklyn Nets, who won their first 2 games in Brooklyn. So this game 3 took place in Milwaukee, and it was the home team led by Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Great Freak. They won a difference of 3 points, but it gave them that advantage that they could level up. They
are alive just, but when you look at the results of the matches, the first 2 games, how Brooklyn Nets won, and then you look at the result of yesterday's match, the Milwaukee Bucks won by just 3 points. A win is a win is a win. Even if it was 1 point, it is a win. Even if they won by 1 point in overtime, it is still a win. And it is 2-1. It's not like football where you could have the goal difference. No, this is whoever wins, you've won. So it is now 2-1. So if Milwaukee Bucks are able to win the next game by same 1 point, they will still be in. It will be 2-2. But honestly, I think that the Brooklyn Nets have got too much for them. I think that they would win the next game and maybe even win this series 4-1. Milwaukee Bucks had great expectations going into this game, but the way they've played in the last in the 3 games that they've played against Brooklyn Nets, you expect that Brooklyn will be the team that will go through. For Milwaukee Bucks yesterday, their star performer was Chris Middleton, got 35 points, 15 rebounds, and 1 assist, while one of the big 3 for Brooklyn Nets, Kevin Durant, got 30 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists.
All right, that was what happened in that game. We had other matches. Utah Jazz were in action, and they took on LA Clippers.
Yeah,
and they won that game.
Utah Jazz looking good. Look, all season I thought they were the best in the regular season, and so maybe no surprises that they are doing so well in the playoff. 117 points to 111. Paul George for LA Clippers got 27 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists, while Donovan Mitchell of Utah got 37 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. They now lead the Western Conference semifinals 2-0, and honestly they are looking good to go on to win this and perhaps even win the NBA.
Alright, let's look at what to expect. Tomorrow morning we've got Philadelphia 76ers. They'll take on Atlanta Hawks, and the Eastern semifinals game 3. The series are tied right now 1-1. The Phoenix Suns will be at Denver, and for the West semifinals game 3, Phoenix Suns leads the series 2 goals to 0. So let's see what Denver will do with Nikola Jokic, who has been fantastic, leading the line for them. Okay, that is what to expect as far as the NBA playoff series are concerned. Okay, let's take a pause from us and look at the messages. If we have more time, we can look at the transfer rumors going around at the moment. But we know that for Jadon Sancho, it's getting closer, but the bid has not been accepted, £67 million. But let's see how that will pan out as far as the transfer is concerned. It is officially opened. It opened, I think, 2 days ago. The window opened officially.
Okay, so we've got some messages here. This one says, when you listen to the Super Falcons coach talk, you can sense seriousness in the project, unlike Lotro. MC Eddie. MC Eddie, thank you very much for this very message. Okay, so let's see some other messages here. All right, this one says, okay, I don't think this is was. This is actually for Johnson Orlando. Okay, we've got another one. It says, good evening, men of source. He's actually asking why we didn't announce the employment of Maurizio Sarri as the Lazio manager. Of course, that one has come.
Yeah. But that's official now. It has been announced. Yeah.
Okay, this one. Let's see what this other one is saying this morning. Just trying to screen them through. Okay, I think it's too lengthy here. Okay,
read it now. It doesn't matter that.
But I don't think it's what was actually.
Okay,
I think that's all here, because from what I'm seeing here, I don't think I can see any fresh one.
Okay, for that of Lazio announcing Sarri as new manager. Well, after this, they teased the news with a critic tweet. You know,
We're just teasing people. Teasing Lazio fans.
Yeah. So for now, it has been confirmed. He has been hired as the coach of Lazio. You know, Simone Inzaghi left Lazio to take over Inter Milan following the departure of Antonio Conte.
Sarri is a big man. He's of course a big name coach, even though we know that it took him many years before he got his first trophy at Chelsea Football Club. But then let's see how his stay at Lazio would be. He's one man who understands football a lot, even though he can be temperamental sometimes, but then he understands the game. He understands what he wants his players, to do on the day. So let's say he's got another opportunity to at least try and take a small team in Italy to a greater height.
For Aston Villa, they've signed Emiliano Buendia on a 5-year contract. That's club record transfer fee, £38 million. So that's what they've got. The bit of competition from Arsenal to get that player. And for Manchester United, they have opened Pogba contract discussions, and also that of Jadon Sancho. The talks continued. For Sancho, they have United have had the £67 million bid turned down. Remember, the German club, they want about £77.5 million for the 21-year-old, with an additional £4.25 million bonus payment on top. So putting all this together, that's we amount to about 81 plus. So let's see how the Red Devils will pull that out at the end of the day. All right, let's take some other messages that we've got.
All right, we've got some more here now. This one says, good evening, good morning, guys. Kamaru coming to Nigeria is a nice thing. The Cameroon guy with the heavyweight belt just did same. I saw it on Twitter because I follow him. I think he's talking about Ngannou.
But Ngannou didn't leave Cameroon. So he's been visiting Cameroon. It's not like it's the first time that he'll be going to Cameroon since he left as a kid. But the situation is different for Kamaru Usman. In fact, even Israel this has been to Nigeria a couple of times. Anthony Joshua in boxing has also done that, but for Kamaru it's a different thing because he left Nigeria when he was an 8-year-old when his father migrated, and so since then he has not come, but now he's returning home, so it's slightly different.
Oga Ibrahim and CJ, please, Oga Ibrahim, I have been out of Benin for some time. I just got back today. Kindly update me on Nigeria friendly matches results. Chelsea owner from Unibet.
The matches against Cameroon.
We lost to Cameroon 1-0 in the first friendly, and then the second friendly we played out a 0-0 draw. I don't think there's much to say in that very one. All right, and then another one. That's another message that says, "Good evening, good morning, great men in the studio." Okay, Brian, do you know that Tammy and Fikaya are presently in Nigeria? This is coming from Ibiku. Well, if they're in Nigeria,
I saw it now. They are not Nigerian players, so it shouldn't excite me too much. I mean, I saw it on the social media. They were in Nigeria on the invitation of Davido. That's what I heard. That Davido invited them, but how that one to concern me now? They are not Nigerian players.
Now, one for PSG. Barca, the manager, reviewed him small with free transfer. PSG just come spoil the show. Well, Barca fans. Make una nervous. They probably see the ground, United I rep. All right, thank you very much. Okay, let's see what this one is saying. This one says, please, I want to know when Ross' contract is. We said that yesterday. Ross' contract will expire by the end of next year. In fact, it will expire by December 31, 2022. So just write the date somewhere. After the NFF knew what they were doing, so That's the last one here.
Okay, that's the last one we've got. All right, it's time for us to take the final whistle on the show. And don't worry, at 4 we'll be here to give you the evening edition. You know how we do it. We take the final whistle before we leave in the morning. All right, time to take the final whistle on the show this morning.
After 7 months of training, I kept telling myself it's going to be hard. Do not expect the easy win. She had me on the ground, but she could never hurt me. Her punches didn't hurt me. I told myself I may have lost the first 2 rounds, but I am not losing this fight. Coach said, I want to see Clarenzo, referring to her when Clarenzo just came out. This was the statement that was made by former boxing champion Clarissa Shields when she made her debut in the MMA. She defeated Brittany Elkin to win her first fight in mixed martial arts. And that's the final whistle on Sports Fiesta this morning.
With that, we come to the end of the show. Like I promised, about at 4 we'll be here. And many thanks to you guys for being part of the show. For those of you that sent your messages, and those of you that yours are still on the way, I would hopefully in the evening we're going to read them when we come here to give you the latest edition. Many thanks to my strike partner Salih Ibrahim for doing this with me, and also CJ the Maestro. My name is Egusa Egbekan, the Sports Maestro. See you guys at 4. Until then, have a wonderful day ahead, and bye bye.
Trying to get or receive information through all corners of the globe requires unprecedented internet service. At Wireless NG, we provide fast, reliable, and affordable unlimited broadband internet service to homes and businesses. Service is currently available across Lagos and Benin. Visit us today at Wireless NG, 5 Ramaya, Ikenede Street off PZ Saple Road, Benin City, or our marketing office, 70 Olowo Complex, Airport Road, Benin City, or call 0807-887-9960 or 0703-672-9147. Wireless NG, erasing internet boundaries.
For yourself, oh, this no be the one you go take only ear here, oh. You must take your eyes see so that you self go enjoy waiting other people they enjoy. Uyi Technica, the generator headquarter where they make everybody enjoy generators of all sizes and models for affordable price. Whether not the small one for barber shop or I been a big Perkins generator for factory and big building. Uyi Technica, the place for generators, spare parts, grinding machine, pepper mill, and others. Mention the name and size of generator where you want. Bakam Uyi Technica get them for the kind of money where they your pocket. Bakam Uyi Technica get them. Go and take your eyes see for the generator headquarters. Uyi Technica, 7981 and 83 Mission Road, Benin City, and all other Uyi Technical branches. Uyi Technica, affordable products for everybody jollification.
Hey, now Jumia 9th anniversary from 11th to 27th of June 2021. Code word, Versary. Oh yes, everything anniversary. Phone-versary. You will get phone for better prices.
Okay now, make a try am. Home-versary.
Oh yes, you will get up to 30% off on top all home appliances. Plus daily flash sales and correct giveaways including free delivery for 1 year. With Jumia 9th anniversary sale, make you celebrate your everyday from the 11th to 27th of June 2021.
Jumia, your everyday delivered.
Our oil sachet, 17 naira. Only 17 naira. I said our oil sachet now. 17 naira. Only 17 naira. I'm gonna get cooking oil now. 17 naira. For a healthy family. 17 naira. I'm gonna get cooking oil now. 17 naira. Our oil sachet now. 17 naira.
Power oil for a healthy family.
OneXBet, oh, OneXBet. Everyone agrees that OneXBet is the favorite bookie because of the highest odds, fast deposits, ability to sell slips, bet insurance, and more. What's even more exciting about OneXBet is that you can make money from things like virtual games, basketball, horse racing, and more. Log on to onexbet.ng to register, and don't forget to use the promo code RadioWin and get 200% bonus on your first deposit. OneXBet, bet for every taste.
Don't you touch that dial.
Sugar, don't touch that dial.
WFM 92.7.
girls them they show themselves. Many people they look away. Hotel bad man that I'm here to stay. So baby my logo. Shit dead. Baby see this life you know be dead. My logo. Shit dead. Baby see this life you know be dead. My logo. Shit dead. Baby see this life you know be dead. My logo. Shit dead. Baby see this life you know be dead. Give me the monta son by. I gon' make you go vroom by and make you feel alright. Cause when I there with you, not confirm. Nobody make me feel this way. Even if I love you, not confirm. Nobody make me feel this way. Oh God, nobody make me feel this way. Oh God, nobody make me feel this way. My logo, shit dead. Baby see this life, you know be dead. My logo, shit dead. Baby see this life, you know be dead. My logo, shit dead. Baby see this life, you know be dead. My logo, shit dead. Baby see this life, you know be dead. Shit dead. Baby see this life, you know be dead. My logo, shit dead. Baby see this life, you know be dead. My logo, shit dead. Baby see this life, you know be dead. My logo, shit dead. Baby see this life, you know be dead.
92.7 KUFM.
From Benin City to the world.
This is 92.7 KUFM News Update.
It's 9 a.m. Good morning. Welcome to KUFM's News Update. I am Godslove Orlando. The Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki has approved the transfer of all primary healthcare staff of the Local Government Service Commission to the Edo State Primary Healthcare Development Agency as part of ongoing reforms to improve access to quality healthcare services across the state. In a statement, Secretary to the Edo State Government, Osarodion Ogie Esquire, said all the affected staff had to present themselves for physical verification exercise from Monday, June 15th to Friday, June 18th, 2021. He said the decision is in line with the healthcare sector reform agenda of the government of Edo State, which is anchored on its commitment to effective service delivery and in accordance with the Edo State Primary Healthcare Development Agency law. And also, President Muhammadu Buhari has inaugurated security equipment for the police and other security agencies in Lagos State. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu officially handed over the patrol vehicles and various security equipment to the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba. The security equipment includes 150 double cabin vehicles, 30 saloon patrol vehicles, 1,000 ballistic vests, 1,000 ballistic helmets, 1,000 handheld police radios or walkie-talkies, and 100 security patrol bikes, among others. The federal government has declared Monday, June 14 as a public holiday to mark this year's Democracy Day celebration. The Minister of Interior, Ogbeni Rahuf Arigbeshola, made the declaration on behalf of the federal government. He congratulated Nigerians on the occasion and urged all citizens to support the present administration in its efforts at ensuring a united and prosperous nation. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo on Thursday met with various leaders, including the Oni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Enito Ogunwusi, the Sultan of Sokoto, His Eminence Sahad Abubakar, and former Head of State General Abdulsalami Abubakar, as part of efforts to address the myriad of challenges bedeviling the country. The closed-door meeting, which lasted for over 9 hours, took place at the Kanu Conference Hall of the Transcorp Hilton Hotel, Abuja. And according to Obasanjo, in a letter of invitation earlier extended to the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, the meeting was an exploratory one, bordering on pressing issues of national unity, security, peace, integration, economic revitalization and development, women and youth welfare, and general progress of the country. And finally, on News Update at 9, the Caretaker Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee of the ruling All Progressives Congress APC has rolled out timetable for the conduct of party congresses from wards to zonal levels. The timetable is, however, silent on the national convention of the party. Ward congresses will hold July 10th. Local government congresses are fixed for August 6th, while the state congress will be on September 3rd and zonal congress for 30th of September 2021. And that's KUFM's news update at 9. Coming up next is Talk and Program. I am God's Love Orlando saying thanks for listening and good morning.
Stop stalking your exes. Follow us on Facebook at KUFM Nigeria.
Since I begin they use Biggie Bet, I just they cash out anyhow. You mean They there now. See them they offer bigger odds, 350% accumulator bonus, got one bonus, and you even fit cash out anytime, whether inside shop or online. Then they get better virtual games and jackpot. See them they even pay instantly. Oh boy, choose bigger rewards. So visit www.biggiebet.com to go claim your 120% welcome bonus now.
Biggie Bet, bigger reward, bigger luck.
Hey, now Jumia 9th anniversary from 11th to 27th of June 2021. Code word Versary. Oh yes, everything anniversary. Phone-versary. You will get phone for better prices.
Okay now, make a try. Home-versary.
Oh yes, you will get up to 30% off on top all home appliances. Plus daily flash sales and correct giveaways, including free delivery for 1 year. With Jumia 9th anniversary sale, make you celebrate your everyday from the 11th to 27th of June 2021.
Jumia, your everyday delivered.
For a healthy family.
Don't you touch that dial.
Sugar, don't touch that dial.
KUFM 92.7.
Here we go.
All the hits.
Hit me with the hits.
Okay, enough commercials.
Woo! Back to the music. KUFM 92.7.
Oh, baby. Adama, make I no go far, make you no go far. Oh baby, I want to know your mama, love you, my friend. If you see a girl, tell her say I'm the original husband material. I sing they go give her better life. If you see a girl, tell her no be attitude below you. The person we to collect money out of your matter done land. It be like cocoa and ice. Alright, I need be like Bonnie and Clyde. Say I don't like it, baby. Juice got be spray my woman Billy. If you see a dog, tell her say I'm the original husband material. The sing they go give her better life. If you see a dog, tell her no be a tutu boyo. The sing they go collect money out of your matter done.